Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So like in my last video I told you that we will continue by doing some numericals in spherical coordinate, general heat conduction in spherical coordinates, and then we will continue transient heat conduction. But then I thought we will keep transient heat conduction aside. First we will do with fins, which is also a very important concept. So here you can see I have again written the equation so that you can like correlate with the numerical and the equation. So this equation, the heat is transferred in r direction, phi direction and theta direction, plus internal heat energy plus change in internal energy, internal heat stored plus change in internal energy. So whenever someone asks, when we have to find interface temperature, T minus T1 upon T1 minus T2 equal to R2 by R, bracket R minus R1 upon R1 minus R2. So this is the equation when someone asks us to find the interface temperature in the sphere coordinates. And heat flows formula is Q is equal to T1 minus T2 upon R2 minus R1 upon 4 pi K R1 R2. So these are the numericals. I have taken two numericals. So first one, a spherical shaped vessel of 1.4 meter diameter, 1.4 meter diameter. So dia is 1.4 meter. So if dia is 1.4, what is radius? Radius is its half, 0.7 meter, and 90 mm thick. See, this is 90 mm thick, and this we have found out. And so if temperature difference between inner and outer surface, so T1 minus T2 is already given and conductivity K is given. So what is K? K is equal to 0.083 watt per meter degree Celsius, and T1 minus T2 is equal to 220 degree Celsius, and R2 is equal to R1 minus T. So R1 is 0.7 minus thickness 90 by 1000. Why 90 by 1000? Because it is in mm, so we have converted into meter. So what will come? 0.7 minus 90 by 1000, 0.61, 0.61. And now you have to just apply the formula. What is the formula? Q is equal to what? T1 minus T2. What is T1 minus T2? 220 upon what? R2 minus R1. So R2 is 0.61 minus R1 is just a minute. R2 0.6. Sorry, R2 is 0.7 and R1 is 0.61. And here R1 R2 minus T. Yes, right, because R2 is R1 plus T, no? So R2, this is R2 because it is given spherical shaped vessel of 1.4 meter diameter, outer diameter. I have not written it, I am really sorry. So this upon 4 pi into 0.083 into R1 R2. So substitute the values of R1 and R2, 0.61 into 0.7. So what we will get? First we will find 0.7 minus 0.61 upon 4 into 3.142 into 0.083 into 0.7 into 0.61, 0.202, 220 upon 0.202, 1089, 1089. Okay, and Q unit you must be knowing. So now the next numerical, determine the rate of heat flow through a spherical blow 1 meter. Spherical boiler wall which is 2 meter in diameter and 2 centimeter in thick steel. K is equal to 58 watt per meter Kelvin. The outside surface of boiler wall is covered with asbestos. This is steel, this is insulated, and outside is asbestos 5 mm thick. The temperature of outer surface and that of fluid inside are 50 and 300 degrees Celsius. Take inner film resistances. See, what is inner film resistance? This you have to remember. Inner film resistance means 1 upon H. This inner film resistance 1 upon HIA is equal to 0.0023. This is directly given, Kelvin per watt. This is called inner film resistance, 1 upon HIA. Remember this thing. And 2 meter in diameter. So radius is 1 mm. Spherical boiler wall which is 2 meter in diameter. So R2 is equal to 1 plus 2 by 100. Plus 2 by 100. 1.02, and R3 is equal to 1.02 plus 5 mm thick, 5 by 1000. See, you can see every unit is given in different, like mm, centimeter, meter. So you should know the conversions. Then only you can proceed. Knowing the formula, only knowing the formula will not help. So this is R3. So what formula we have to apply? So that's the question. So what you have to do now? It's simple. Q is equal to T1 minus T3 upon what? Simple. What we have to do, if it is given as T1 minus T3, we have to apply the formula. So after applying the formula, you have to solve this. So this is the way you have to approach. So what you have to do? T1 minus T3 upon 1 upon HIA. This is the inner film resistance, plus R2, radius R2 minus R1 upon 4 pi Ka, thermal conductivity present here, Ka, which is given 58, R1 R2 plus R3 minus R2 upon 4 pi Kb, R2 R3, everything is given. T1 is given, T3 is given, 1 upon HIA is given, R2 minus R1, R1, R2, everything we have found out. R3 is given, Ka 58, Kb 0.116. So we can find out. Now the next thing, in the next video I will tell you the answers. So this is the formula you have to apply. So do type in comments like what answer will you get. So these are the values. Now the next important thing is critical thickness of insulation. So now what is critical thickness of insulation? Just a minute. Critical thickness of insulation. So what it is? What is critical thickness of insulation? Addition of insulating material on a surface does not always reduce the amount of heat flow to atmosphere. Addition of insulation to the outside surface of a cylindrical or spherical increases the heat loss up to a certain thickness. In simple words, you have to, if you want to store heat and if much amount of heat should not be radiated, or you don't wish that the heat should flow out, so you insulate that material. So what will take place? We will have a temperature Ti inside surface of insulation, outside surface temperature T, temperature of surrounding, H, convective heat transfer. Whenever heat transfer takes place through that material, it is called conduction. Whenever heat transfer flows from the material to the surrounding, it is called convection. So here I have written Q is equal to Ti minus T naught upon R, thermal resistance because of insulation, plus R naught. R insulated is log of R naught by Ri upon 2 pi KL. Why we have applied this formula? This is a cylinder. R naught is 1 upon 2 pi. So 2 pi R naught KH. So what is R total? R total is log of R naught by Ri plus 1 upon 2 pi R naught KH. So now what we have to do? We have to just differentiate R total, its maximum condition. So differentiate this upon 2 pi KL. So this is constant 2 pi KL. Log of R naught is what? 1 upon R naught. See, this you can write log of R naught minus log of Ri property. So log of R naught is 1 by R naught and log of Ri is 0, plus 1 upon 2 pi KH is constant, and 1 by R naught is minus 1 by R naught square. So what we have got? 1.2 pi KL, this is 0, R naught minus 1 upon 2 pi KH, R naught square. So what will we get? R naught is equal to K by H. So this is the critical thickness of insulation. So with increase in insulation, what we have found out that R naught increases with increase in insulation. With increase of R naught, our insulation will increase, that is thermal resistance of insulated material will increase, and R naught outside surface temperature will decrease, thermal resistance will decrease. So this is the thing. It's also having a graphical representation, but I don't think like it's very important. So this I wanted to share. And now the next thing is the fins. So today we will just know the conditions, like in which condition to apply which formula, and in the next video I will teach you the efficiency of each fin and its derivation if you need it. So what are the fins basically? What are fins? Now in a CPU processor chip, if you have seen, like, fins are attached. Why fins are attached? Because more number of fins, like thin and closely spaced fins, dissipate more amount of heat. Because of that only fans or blowers are kept, which act as an external agency to cool that heat dissipation. And if large fins, like what I can say, thick fins which are less and largely spaced, they dissipate less amount of heat. So more amount of fins are attached. Why fins are attached? So that heat dissipation takes place very easily to the fluid medium and the surface temperature and the fluid medium temperature. So this is the first condition when fins are infinitely long, and this is the condition at x equal to 0, t is equal to t naught. At x equal to infinite, t equal to t infinite. So what is the heat transferred? Temperature, surface temperature minus ambient temperature upon interface temperature minus ambient temperature upon surface temperature minus ambient temperature equal to e raised to minus x. So what is the heat flow for this fin? It is root of Hp K thermal conductivity, P is perimeter, A is cross sectional area, T is surface interface temperature, ambient temperature. So here no LC will be used. Now when we will apply this condition, when MLC is greater than 5, Now what is the value of m? Root of hp upon kacs. Now how this came, that I will tell you in the next lecture. Now next, short fin with insulated tip. At x equal to 0, t is equal to t naught. At x equal to LC, that is corrected, this is characteristic length, dt by dx equal to 0. So see this formulas you have to remember, there is no other choice. Even if I derive and show that how this particular formula came, you have to remember it by hook or crook. So here theta by theta naught is equal to t minus t naught, t infinite upon t naught minus t infinite is cos hyperbolic m LC minus x upon MLC. You just have to see this. Only I will tell you in which condition what these conditions are important. Now if someone asks you to find the temperature when x is equal to LC, so theta upon theta naught comes 1 upon cos hyperbolic MLC, short fin losing heat at the tip. This formula you only see there is no need of remembering this formula, and this formula you will use when MLC is greater than 5. It means you have to check, you have to find the value of m and then you have to find the LC. So if it is cylindrical then it will come L plus D by 4, and if it is rectangular then it will come L plus Y by 2, and this you will apply when MLC is less than 5. Most of the times they give this, and if this comes then they will mention that it is losing heat at the tip. So you have to see the difference between this formula and this formula is, you remember, you close this and consider this as short fin insulated tip. You just have to remember h by km sine hyperbolic, here cos hyperbolic, here sine, same thing. Here h upon km sine hyperbolic should be remembered, rest of the signs are same. Here also tan hyperbolic MLC plus h by km upon 1 plus this, you have to remember h by km, and the signs are same, and in this sine hyperbolic and in this h by km upon 1 plus. You have to remember this, there is no other shortcut. So this was the thing I wanted you to explain. So now what we will do in the next lecture, I will tell you where did this m is equal to root of hp upon kacs came from, and then if you want I will derive these two derivations, short fin with insulated and infinitely long, and some exceptional condition, like in some video I told you, like T max is equal to Qg plus T by 8 for particular coordinate. So for cylindrical and spherical what it will come, and some numericals. So till then guys, peace out, stay safe, thank you, please like, share, subscribe.